y'all? This is Deidre with One Shot Game, man. You already know how the matter go. You get one shot at life, but a lifetime to learn all the game you need to help improve your life. The choice is yours on which route you choose to take. Now, as I always say, you get two choices: the ability to faithfully settle in the life that has been set out for you, or the ability to pave a path towards your destiny. That choice is also up to you. So before I get into the title of my video, I want to say a big shout out to all my supporters. You guys are great. And even the ones behind the scenes, I see y'all too. So look, the topic of this video is the fact that being real and breaking it down to where we can all understand is the fact that when you raise your vibrational frequency as a human being, oftentimes people put a stereotypical status on you. You know what I'm saying? Of how they see you as, because you have a way out and they don't. You know what I'm saying? They start to basically see the worldly attachments versus who you truly are as a person. You know what I'm saying? All they see is money, status, attention, popularity. You know what I'm saying? Never you as the person. It's almost as if once you raise your frequency outside of the box of, say, the normal whatever you've been around, it seems as if they forget about who you are as a person on a daily. You know what I'm saying? It seems as if all that goes out the window because all they can see is you being able to get to a level of status where they've been praying and hoping to get to all their life. And it's crazy, it's insane, because you got to think about how many people have grown to, you know what I'm saying, rightfully come into what they deserve in life and how people look at them. You know what I'm saying? Their friends, their family, all their relationships start to turn inward on them simply because they've raised their frequency to a level where it breaks out of the box. You know what I'm saying? And again, understanding and knowing who these people really are behind the scenes besides, you know, the image that they put out is the part that's crazy tricky, because think about it, a lot of people don't even want to get to know that person simply because this person has come into something that they've been working towards their whole life. So it creates a level of animosity and hate, you feel me, in their spirit. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy insane to me because I truly, honestly, from my own perspective of just being able to raise my frequency, everybody that turned, you know what I'm saying, inward on me really know who I am as a person for real. But for whatever reason, their spirit can't see that because all their spirit sees is dollar signs, success, money, and attention. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because you got to think of how many people go in life basically running with the conception of the stereotypical notion that you want to put on me simply because that's how you feel about me achieving a certain level of success in my life, not even realizing who I am as a person. It's almost as if people forget, you feel me? And really, truly, and honestly, the memories, the experiences, you know what I'm saying, the part of the person that I was before I came to a certain level of success is who I am for real. You know what I'm saying? You got to think about it. Us as people that raise our vibrational frequency, people really overlook us. You know what I'm saying? They overlook who we are on a daily. They toot their nose up, you feel me, turn the other cheek, they be rude simply because all their spirit sees is, you know what I'm saying, the money, the success, and the attention, not who the person is or who they truly are. That matters most. That is how we were able to even come into a certain vibrational frequency, simply because our character stood the test of time. You know what I'm saying? No matter what, we didn't switch up. You know what I'm saying? No matter what, we stayed the same regardless of, you know what I'm saying, what was sent towards us to take us down. Now, listening and understanding, a lot of times what you're connected to comes with a price. You know what I'm saying? I feel like personally it's just you having to understand that you're at a level in vibrational frequency that everybody's not at. So there are some people like I said, that's not gonna like you. You know what I'm saying? And then there's half that does like you, simply because, you know what I'm saying, they're tuned towards the darkness. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't matter how much you are truly yourself every day, and you're genuinely being who you've been your whole life. For whatever reason, people can't see that. You know what I'm saying? Because all they see is this person is shining, and I gotta be in competition. You know what I'm saying? I got to be the one winning the race for myself. So let's be in competition with them, without even understanding that you being yourself has nothing to do with me. Because I'm me and you. Like, I like to stand tall with people that like to be themselves. But oftentimes, people that, you know what I'm saying, look at you in a derogatory type of way is simply because they're not their self. They wear a mask every day. You know what I'm saying? Because they're too afraid to be themselves. They're too afraid to stand side by side with you. You feel me? So it's better to just hate on you. You know what I'm saying? And send how I feel about myself to you, hoping that you humble yourself down so that I can get in front of you. Which is crazy insane, because what people fail to realize is that whatever your spirit may see is a different version of who I am on a daily basis. And again, you know, I don't got to prove myself to nobody, because I've been this way my whole life. I don't got to make a statement, you know what I'm saying? None of that. But what I am going to say is that once people are able to see a person for who they truly are versus the narrative of what you want to paint about them, because they're at a certain level in their life that you only die and wish for. Again, listen, it's so many people that are kill for this type of position. You know what I'm saying? Just because of their mentality, just because, you feel me, the mental situation they in. But the picture is so much bigger. You know what I'm saying? Simply because us as people who raise our vibrational frequency only want to be able to take everybody. But unfortunately, you can't do that, because people don't want to work on themselves to become who they are to be able to go. So you got to understand that's what comes with it. Or, you know what I'm saying, you could be on a whole different type of vibrational frequency and steady working until you weed out all the darkness. And when people really have to sit with who they are, it's almost as if now they get to see you for who you are, instead of looking at you as somebody that, you feel me, has a certain type of status that they've been wanting their whole life. That's all it be. You know what I'm saying? Imagine being thrown into life with no rule book and doing everything that everybody else is doing, because you thinking that's going to get you to the number one spot. But in reality, you go home every day thinking thoughts about how you were doing things and being a certain person that you didn't want to be, because it fits somebody else's narrative. You know what I'm saying? That's insane. That's crazy. Why not just be yourself? You know what I'm saying? I want to stand tall with people that are okay with being who they are. That's people who understand the message. You know what I'm saying? People that understand what's being projected here. And once you are yourself, you won't see attention, glorification, and dollar signs. What you will see is a person that made it out of, you know what I'm saying, the regular stereotypical image that they put on someone, just because of all the labels and gossip that people spread about a person. You know what I'm saying? It's almost as if the only way you can see me for who I truly am is you have to go back to who you truly are and actually, you know what I'm saying, look at me as a person. Because look, I'm in the same city that I grew up in. People that know me know me. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost as if you be yourself and look at that, then you will be able to understand why I do what I do. But if you're in your spirit of lack and you're not okay with being yourself, what you see is attention, dollar signs, and a fantasy that everybody has been painting for themselves. You know what I'm saying? Hanging around fake people, constantly keeping an image and keeping a status so that people can like and love you. You know what I'm saying? And when that's gone, and then you have to face yourself, which is the part of you that is going to be at peace when you leave this world. The part of you that you're going to give to your children so they know who you are is the part of you that you need to show up in the world as. You know what I'm saying? You'll get a whole totally different understanding. Now, understanding and being aware that as a human being, you know, you feel me, how you have to be in this world. Because again, I'm fully aware of the fact that love will get you killed. You know what I'm saying? People that are not right will take your love and abuse it and hurt you for them to be able to glow up in the world. That's just the way it is. But at the same time, you knowing that means you never change who you are. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter what stereotypical image you painted me, how you see me in your head, you know what I'm saying? I am going to climb to wherever I'm going into in life, because my purpose is a lot different than what people see me as. You know what I'm saying? You're only the stereotypical image. You know what I'm saying? So you can't see past that because you ain't yourself. You wear a mask every day. You get up every day and wear a mask to please people that don't give a fuck about you. You know what I'm saying? So you can't see a real person for truly being themselves because you're blinded by the fake image that's put out into the world. And a lot of people live their life every day like that. You know what I'm saying? So what they do is they don't want to be around you. You feel me, the anomaly in the world, in the city. You feel me? Despite us knowing you, knowing who you really are for real, knowing what you stand on, knowing what you're doing, you feel me? We can't see that because we're too fazed by our image and, you feel me, what we think we came here to do and how we trying to get ahead. And really what happens is that distorts your perception, because when you too busy focused on how somebody is made it to a position you're trying to get to, it destroyed the image of who they truly are, and you ruin the image of you trying to figure out who you truly are because you too focused on, you feel me, getting to somewhere that you think a person is, because again, like I said, you're attached to worldly possessions. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? My motive and my purpose is way bigger than being attached to, you feel me, attention, success, and fame and all that. That is a fucking monster, and it will swallow you whole if you let it. So the purpose is being yourself. You feel me? That is how you get further ahead. Otherwise, I'm telling you, it's going to take you under faster than you think. And people don't understand that. And those oftentimes be the people, like I said, that are attracted to all the things that the devil uses to suck them in. And if they don't get it right and get it together, one of those things could kill you. Simply just like that. So why not understand what it takes to be yourself in a world that's trying to take away people's identity? You know what I'm saying? Take away who people really are to have them succumb to, you know what I'm saying, worldly things that are not, you know what I'm saying, something that is makes you you. Like, if those things are taken from you and you're attached to them, then what are you going to do? Again, it creates a domino effect. People start losing their mind and they start going crazy. You know what I'm saying? Now, I think back then in the past, it used to be about money, you know what I'm saying, and you know, superficial things. Now it's about people killing other people simply because they have a light and they don't. You know what I'm saying? This person is caring, kind, considerate, and I'm mad because they don't want to give it to me no more. They want to go and give it to somebody that reciprocates. So I'm going to take their life. That's what's going on right now. And people is missing that whole picture simply because, you feel me, they just want to be in their evil, dark ways. And I feel like now is the time for you to really get yourself back, because a lot of those people are under threat. You know what I'm saying? Without understanding that if you have protectors around you, you know what I'm saying, you'll succeed more in life. These people are here basically to bring the light to a very dark world. Otherwise, it's going to be a whole lot of mayhem and chaos. You know what I'm saying? So listen, whatever you may feel about a person, whatever you may think you know about a person, is all just assumptions. You know what I'm saying? They're all people tuned into your frequency, making you think things about a person that is not true. But you tend to distort your own image of how you experience that person for real, which is truly who they are for real. Don't forget about, you know what I'm saying, who that person really is. You know what I'm saying? And really tune into who you are, because then that's how you're really going to see who that person really is you have to be yourself. Otherwise, your spirit is tainted by, you feel me, all the images, all the frequencies of people who want you to look at a certain person, because again, those people are fighting for the very same thing that this person worked on themselves and was awarded. You cannot fight that. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times people lose the misconception that these people stood tall, saved their soul, and didn't cripple themselves to the world. You know what I'm saying? So while you thinking about money, success, and attention, a lot of the times people can give a fuck about that. Care less, because that shit is a beast. That shit is a demon. That shit will turn people away from you quicker than you think. Simply because they can't see you as a person. They only see again, the worldly things they're attached to. And listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you attach to money, that's all people see. They don't see me as a person, they see money, they see dollar signs. You know what I'm saying? Not me for who I am. And I have to live every day with knowing that. You know what I'm saying? Just living my life in the world, people constantly projecting towards me, constantly being negative and mean, simply because they can't understand or process why you're at a certain level and they're not. That's crazy and it's weird. But again, the object of the game is to raise your vibrational frequency so high that people start to turn that hate into love, because now they're starting to see, okay, we may have labeled this person, we may have talked about this person, we may even stay far, far away from this person, but this person is genuinely a real life, you feel me, cool person. Like I am daily who I am in real life. Like that's just me. You feel me? And even though people don't speak on it, I know they see it. You feel me? And that's the ability to understand that we're all one. Nobody is different from nobody else. As a human being, we all bleed the same. But your character and who you are can only be truly seen if you work on it. Because the reason why it turned into darkness is because you didn't feel comfortable being yourself in a world where everybody judges. And what happens is you converted your energy to conform to what everybody else was doing so you could feel loved. And that's when the stereotypical notions come on you, because people want to paint how they see the world as you, and you could be completely different. You feel me? So stand on your business, stand on character, know you have a purpose, continue to be defined by who you are. Like at the end of it all, people are going to get to see me for who I truly am, because I never shied away from who I truly was. I may have been in some things and done some things, because again, you get uncomfortable being yourself in a world where people will detach from you and not like you because you're yourself. And that's how it started when I was younger. And so I started doing things everybody else was doing, and I felt liked and loved. Until I actually started to become myself, everybody pulled away again. And that's when I noticed being yourself is the magic. Being who you are is going to stand apart, because that means you're meant to grow in that identity, which shifts you apart from everyone else. And then sometimes you get to a level of how your life is supposed to really be, and people turn jealous. You feel me? Because you broke out of the bubble. Because again, you got to think about it. A lot of times growing up, people are just in competition with you. They act and pretend like they love you and want to be around you because they're trying to make sure you don't get ahead of them. That's all it be. You know what I'm saying? And then when you finally get to a certain status and you want to take everybody with you, it's like, listen, I don't feel the same way about you the way you feel about me. I really want to take you. I know how hard this life is. People don't look at it like that. They look at it like, you got something that I want, so now I got to be in competition mode. Well, you got the wrong thing over here, baby. Because if you think you're about to be in competition over here, I'm about to humble your ass real quick, because it's not like that. It's not what I'm after. It's a purpose behind it, which is getting you back to your original self, which means all I have to do is keep showing up and showing out. You feel me? So listen, stop putting stereotypical notions on people because of what you think. If you don't know them, you know what I'm saying, then you can't really put a stereotypical notion on them. Don't let what you see and how a person truly is be blinded by the spirit and your hunger for money. You know what I'm saying? So listen, if you don't know what it is, I just told you. Please make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe.